Who made the first move? Who's funnier? Who calls the shots? Who is more indecisive about choosing a place to eat? Who picks the movie to watch? Who has a better fashion sense? Who is more of the daredevil? Who makes friends easier? Who's more clingy? Who would rather have a night in? Who cooks better? Who spends the most money on the other? Who says I love you more often? Who loves the other one more?
This one's for couples. 13 embarrassing questions. Who overthinks everything? Who showers less? Who is always eating? Who has a nicer butt? Who is more possessive? Who drools more? Who is a better driver? Who curses more? Who always sleeps in? Who is always on their phone? Who has the worst singing voice? Who takes the most selfies? Who is the lawbreaker?
Questions for couples.
Ooh, it's gonna start a fight edition.
Duet if you dare.
Starting off easy here.
Who usually gets to pick the TV shows you watch? Getting tougher.
Whose family sucks more?
Who's settled?
But like, when you think about it, who really settled?
When you argue, who makes less sense?
Whose exes are uglier?
Who has more fucked up genes that they could give to kids and ruin them?
But like, let's be real, who stole whose personality?
When you break up, who's gonna have a harder time finding someone?
And who is the freak in the sheets? Now kiss.
This one's for couples, 14 questions. Who apologizes the first after a fight? Who's the funny one? Who's more romantic? Who's more patient? Who's the better cook? Who said I love you first? Who takes longer to get ready in the morning? Who's the grumpier one in the morning? Who's more stubborn? Who's the bigger baby when sick? Who's the social butterfly? Who's the messy one? Who works out more? Who requires more attention?
I'm about to prove that all y'all the same. Look, if you're next to your boyfriend, show him this video. I guarantee all 5 fingers will be down because you probably did it along with all the other women in the world. You ready? Put a finger down if your girlfriend ever just goes, I'm fine. Forget about it. Nope, never mind. Like, forget about it. Like, what? Put a finger down if your girlfriend ever just asks you questions like, do you think I'm cute? Do you even love me? Like, do you like me? Like, what? Put a finger down if your girlfriend just starts random arguments throughout the day. Like, no reason behind them, just starts it. Put a finger down if you don't let your girlfriend get her way and she scoots all the way to the edge of the bed. Like, what was the point in that? And last but not least, put a finger down if your girlfriend's always hungry but never knows what to eat, but gets mad at you because you don't know what she wants to eat. Now, how'd that work?
Who was interested first? Who said I love you first? Who's more protective? Who cleans more? Who eats the most? Who spends the most money? Who is most likely to start an argument? Who falls asleep first? Who is more annoying? Who loves the hardest?
Saucy questions for couples edition. Who fell in love first?
Yeah, I don't wanna fall asleep. I don't want.
Who made first move? Who said I love you first? Always horny. Jealous.
Fuck being good, I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers.
Always says sorry first.
I'm sorry, don't leave me.
Questions for boyfriends about their girlfriend. What is her favorite thing to eat? Does she have her nails done? Does she prefer cuddles or kisses? What does she wear the most? What is her pet peeve? What is her favorite thing for you to do together? What annoys her? What is something you know she loves about you? When is she most moody? What makes her admire you? Would she rather stay in or go out? What is she like when drunk? How often does she need attention? What inspires her? What makes her insecure?
Who's more athletic?
Who has a bigger attitude?
Who's more cocky?
Who's healthier?
Who's more hyper?
Who's the weird one?
Who's more fun?
Who's the alpha in the relationship?
Who's the smarter one?
Who's the grosser one?
And who loves who more?
This one's for couples. 13 embarrassing questions. Who overthinks everything? Who showers less? Who is always eating? Who has a nicer butt? Who is more possessive? Who drools more? Who is a better driver? Who curses more? Who always sleeps in? Who is always on their phone? Who has the worst singing voice? Who takes the most selfies? Who is the lawbreaker?
What does your partner really think of you? The couple quiz. Who is more likely to talk throughout a movie? Who can assemble an IKEA unit faster? Who snores louder? Who is more likely to be brutally honest with the other?
This is for couples only. Who's the most fun in the relationship? Who makes the food in the relationship? Who's the most talented? Who's the most adventurous in the relationship? Who spends the most money in the relationship? Who's the best kisser? Who smells the best? Who loves the most? Who gives the best massages in the relationship? Last question, who will be the first to die in the relationship?